All right, next up, we've got a customer we're going to hear right from the front lines. I'd like to introduce Kim Hauer. It looks like we're starting a band, Kim Hauer. Are you in?
I'm in.
All righty. I was afraid there. I'm like, we're not gonna have Kim. Dang it. How are you?
I'm good. Just joining today from the Washington, D.C. area where it is really nice and humid. And thanks, Brian. I really appreciate it. I wanted to join everybody in welcoming a great Nutanix customer that we have today, Todd Burris. He's a systems engineer from NetDocuments, which is an email and document management company, cloud-based, that helps customers who have pretty significant data security requirements. For example, in the financial services or government or insurance industries. And we're just so pleased to have you here with us today. Thank you so much for joining us, Todd.
Happy to be here. Really excited for today.
Great. So tell us a little bit more about the NetDocuments environment. I think, we've got quite a lot of people on the line here, and we'd all like to hear really a little bit more of the details about the place that's right behind you and your background there.
Sure. So NetDocuments, we take care of all of your secure document needs in the cloud. We've been in the cloud for over 20 years before the cloud even existed. We're all over the world. We have 4 or 5 service regions. We have Nutanix nodes in 5 countries. We're 24/7, 365, doing everything we can to keep our customers happy and secure and working around the clock.
That's awesome. We're so happy to be part of that story too. But when we spoke last week about things, our conversation really reminded me of the awesome before and after reveals that I see on the home renovation shows that I like to watch. And I was wondering if you could just give us a little glimpse of what NetDocuments was like before you brought Nutanix onto your enterprise there.
Because we've been in the cloud for so long and we've been a trusted company in the cloud for so long, we've had lots of iterations of our technology. The one right before Nutanix, we had really big servers, lots of CPU, lots of memory, lots of storage, but they were kind of islands. They were self-contained islands. And so there wasn't an opportunity to move VMs around to do maintenance. If a piece of hardware failed, it had a significant impact in our environment. So one of the things we wanted to do is we wanted to make sure that we were highly distributed, very easy to scale, and that we made sure that our customers' experience was just amazing. That's one of the reasons that we picked Nutanix.
That's awesome. I love to hear it. And just, so that we can give everybody a glimpse at what the after looked like, what kinds of things did you realize once you brought Nutanix into your environment that changed from the way you just described the before scenario?
There's a couple of things that Nutanix really helped us with. Automation. Once we had a very standard platform, a scalable platform that we could depend on, our automation went to the next level. So every part of our infrastructure, we can automate, we can deploy VMs, we can deploy our code. This has allowed us to go to a more frequent code push, all because Nutanix is so awesome. Something else that we have tons of visibility into that we didn't have as much as we liked before is we can see the performance of each individual VM, and we can trace our customer experience down to a particular VM, and we can remediate the issue very quickly. So automation and a peek into performance has really helped us take our customer experience to the next level.
So, what's next for NetDocuments? Do you see yourself going into a hybrid cloud situation? Because I know when we spoke, your cloud environment is separate from the private environment that you also support. Are there plans in the future for anything hybrid, or what does the 2.0 look like for NetDocuments?
Like you mentioned, we're all private cloud right now, and everything's running on Nutanix. I think the course of the industry is to make sure that we can tap into the public cloud, and hybrid is the best way. So we're in 2021. We're going to be kicking a lot of investigation work into the hybrid cloud. We feel very positive about that. Another thing that we're looking into is microsegmentation, using that resource from Nutanix to make sure that not only are the documents hyper encrypted and super secure, but communication between the VMs is secure. Nutanix is just a great partner, and they just have laid out a beautiful set of tools for us to take our company to the next level. It's just a matter of us figuring out the business requirements and the timing behind it.
That's music to my ears. Thank you. Just before we close here, I wanted to ask you, what advice would you give to the people who are listening, who are really relating to the environments before and after that you just described?
I think that this is a very stressful time for us. There's this worldwide pandemic going on. A lot of us are working from home. We're out of our comfort zone. And I was thinking about how Nutanix has changed my career professionally and how it's changed NetDocuments. This is the third company that I've used Nutanix. I've been a customer for 8 or 9 years. Personally, it's changed me. Nutanix is a partner that every IT person wishes they had. They listen to me, they take my feedback, support is there for me. The sales team is just fantastic. Everyone is there to make me successful. And that gives me the time to make sure that the platform is stable and that it's running really well for NetDocuments customers. I can't say enough good things about Nutanix. Just a fantastic company. And so I would encourage everyone, if you're not a customer, become one today.
Well, thanks for that. Everybody, I think we're ready to move on to our next segment. And if you would like to hear more about Todd and his story, he's going to be speaking at the .next conference, which Brian just told you all about before we were on. So I encourage everybody to register today and reserve their spots so that you can hear all the great content that we have lined up for you, including Todd's story here a little bit more in depth. So Brian, over to you.